Hello, everybody. We are Otaku's on Air, and this is our review of Dandadan episode 12. Also, our season review, ending video, whatever you want to call it. The season is over, Dandadan. Let's talk about episode 12, then we can talk about the rest of the season as a whole. Um, I like this episode. This episode was fun. I wouldn't necessarily call it and it didn't feel like a regular season finale per se. This felt
Mm-mm.
like it felt like a manga. Like I was reading manga and I was like, oh, tune into the next thing next time.
Yeah, that's exactly how it felt. Like I have to wait for the next issue, like 5 years, like that's going on hiatus, and I have to wait for it to come back.
Oh my God, that is the worst. That is the worst feeling. But you know what? Good thing though, we literally just got an announcement like a day or two ago that Dandadan's gonna be coming back in July, which is I don't know if that's a crazy like
I think that's pretty
time.
soon.
No, I mean it is. I mean, I don't know if that's like a crazy, work schedule for them. Maybe they already had this these already animated. I don't know. I'm not
That's what I
gonna
was
try
just
and
about to
read too much
say.
into it.
Maybe that's what that was, is that they like pre pre-recorded or like pre-did a bunch of the shit and they're just stopping here
Somebody
for
hasn't
the
seen their
cliffhanger.
family. Somebody hasn't seen their family or their children in 84 months just to get done out in the summer. I really don't feel like they need to have. Well, hold on. Let's just talk about the episode real quick before we get super far into people getting paid rice. Um,
You gotta
what's
lock
it?
in.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah. So this episode started off with Taro, the animatron. It's definitely not an animatron. The what is it called? What is he called again?
Anatomical
Anatomical model.
model.
Bam, got it. I don't know where I got that from. I was thinking about Jurassic Park in my head. I was like, yeah, you know the giant dinosaurs that are in this episode, you know. I still honestly probably the most normal couple in the entirety of the show.
Love them. They're so cute.
Those those that it's so funny because it's like the kids just love bringing home the strays and they're like, Grandma, please help them. Please take care of them and take care of me and my friend and my other friend and my other friend.
And
They
this
keep
ghost
bringing home
cat.
cats. Yeah, seriously, they keep bringing home all the stray cats. So I thought that was cute, all of them bringing helping him out and helping her out, so she doesn't need to be hanging out in a fucking trash heap and getting thrown away. So that's nice. Um, this episode should be titled Okarun's Crash Out and and how to handle a crash out because god damn it, this entire episode was literally just Okarun looking at Gigi being like, I hate you. I hate you. Boy, do I hate you. And then halfway through, he was like, I hate you, but I also really like you. I really enjoy your company. And then it flipped
Just,
back to being like,
what
I
the
actually
fuck?
hate you. You like Momo too? I thought it was all in my head, but it's real? That was, I think that was the funniest realization where he was like, or Gigi was like, yeah, I actually really like Momo's face too, and I love her attitude, and I love her little ears. And Okarun's like, you what?
Yeah, well, me
Well, me too. Like,
too.
God, I love Okarun being like his definition of stepping up for Momo is like, I'm just gonna yell. Oh, I'm just gonna get really loud and I'm gonna match Gigi's energy because that's what she likes. Little does he know, she's just ADHD. She's just you throw a ball and she'd be like squirrel, which I understand. I totally get. But obviously we know that Momo likes Okarun and does not like Gigi like that. So it's just funny. Okarun wants Momo to talk, but then he won't tell her how he's feeling about the whole thing. But young love. What is young love? Also, Gigi has a giant demon in his house. by the way.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah. What was up with that room at the end of this episode? What was going on there? What do you think's happening with that?
There was a bunch of like talisman, like ward papers, like all around it. So that thing was keeping something inside. So it's gonna come out. It's whatever it is, it's gonna come out. That's what was spooky.
I wonder if they were paying for the square footage of the house. Like, is it per
Oh,
square?
can you imagine?
Does that count? Does that count as a square footage if you're doing a rental in Japan? Like, imagine them being like, I know we boarded up this wall because somebody died in this house, but like, do you think they told them? Is that on the Carfax, House Facts? Do you get that in a
No, I don't
rental?
think that'd be on the house facts if it's sealed up and there's no door to it.
Okay, because that house looks pretty modern, right? Like the house looked pretty
Yeah.
new. So that must have
Hmm.
been just built within the last like 20 years. So I'm like, damn, so within 20 years, somebody probably died. Something happened in that room. They
Or
boarded it up.
it was newly renovated. That could also be that, like it was
Oh yeah.
renovated and they blocked it off.
Yeah, I think if you have to go up 4 miles of stairs, it's probably been there a while. Can we talk about Gigi? Why is there always whenever there's a lot of stairs, there's always one person that has to prove themselves to be the fastest stair climber. There's always
Dude,
fucking one.
you know, like in middle school when you would have to like help the teacher like carry all the chairs and shit and like
Yeah.
the tables, but he'd be the one to grab like 20 in each arm to like
Yeah.
show off to
I
the
literally
rest of
have
the
in
class.
my notes are this, they are walking upstairs, and this might be the most real scene I've ever watched in anything. There's always one guy making everybody look out of shape and look bad, and then you gotta just keep going, right? So then you're like one, so you don't look like you're fucking fat as hell. So you gotta just keep trucking. It's like it's like an ego game, man. They don't understand the the mechanics that's going into this mental warfare of them going up the stairs faster than you. It's a war. It's an absolute war if somebody's running up those stairs. Because then you're like, oh, I guess I gotta do it too. So it's I'm just saying, there's always one, and Chi-Chi's that one. So I love Okarun and Momo just heaving, heaving. They get up the stairs and they're like, I'm gonna die. Momo's standing. Okarun's just face down on the ground. God, this was just a classic shenanigans episode. Love that. But yeah, I'm not even gonna try and skip over the weirdo. I don't even know what you would call them. The people who met Momo in the fucking hot springs. Uh, what the fuck was that? What is happening there? It's we're hey, it's me. We're back again, defending Dandadan. How how are you doing? The next season's episode is gonna be a doozy. I already know what kind of happens. I forget what they're called. I've like skimmed over the chapters, so I kind of know what's sort of gonna happen. But like this is um very, very uncomfy, and then she gets pinned down underwater and hits her head and supposedly goes unconscious, and you're like, God. You're like, oh my God. That's after giving us an upskirt shot earlier in the episode, which they kept her legs closed versus in the manga. I think they were open. I think that's a big I think. Uh yeah, they kept her legs closed in this one, so good on good on the animators, I guess. I don't know. I guess bad if you're big into the being a gooner. Bad if you're a gooner. Good if you're I guess a normal person. Yeah, they kept her legs closed while they were just showing her upskirt. That was a crazy shot. They lingered on that for a while, right? They were there for a while.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, this is the season finale. It doesn't really feel like a season finale. Felt very like we mentioned earlier, just kind of happened and it's over. It wasn't like super like it was really there were funny moments with Okaroon and Gigi. Momo being like, "Hey, yo, Okaru needs a man friend. Here, hang out with Gigi as I go soak." So it's kind of funny that she wanted to go and let him have that, I guess. I don't know. What if and ironically enough, the worst case scenario happened. They're fighting. So I mean they're play fighting, I think. I don't know. Honestly, it could go either way. This seemed like a that was a an ego fight who can who can be the biggest ooga booga for Momo. That was an ooga booga fight. But yeah, that was the season finale. I don't know, what are your thoughts? Do you think that this episode was like good? Like, do you think it's good for a season finale?
On one hand, I think yes, because it ends leaving you in anticipation. Like you're looking forward to the next episode and you know you're gonna have to wait for it. So it builds up this anticipation, this like wanting for more, which I think is really important. Um, but I don't feel like it was a traditional season finale where like loose ends are tied and then you're left with kind of like a cliffhanger. Um, And like to be fair, like I also don't think it needed to be like a traditional um end of a season finale, but I think if you're looking for those things, this episode definitely lacked that. Um I still think that it like excuse me, like it leaves you wanting more. So, I think that's it has that going for it.
Yeah, I get that. I feel that there was a uh I think for the first time in a long time, I mean, there's lots of anime that they make. They're like, this is gonna get 6 seasons. Like, if you're Jujutsu Kaisen, or if you're like, I don't know, something else. You already know there's gonna be a bunch of seasons made, right? So this had the aura, the energy, the the balls, you might say, to be like, yeah, we know you're coming back. We know you're coming back. You just gotta wait till July. We're not gonna try and give you any. I mean, not to say that it wasn't a cliffhanger. I mean, Momo's getting possibly something's gonna happen there. She's underwater and got knocked down, being pushed down by a bunch of dudes in water. So, something's gonna happen there. What's gonna happen? They found the hole in the wall. There's this like weirdo family watching them in the forest. There's a whole bunch of like wouldn't necessarily say there wasn't a cliffhanger, but it definitely felt very like it felt like a calm, as calm as you can get by being drowned and potentially something happened to you. As calm as you can get with that. That's how uh that's how that felt. But yeah, so yeah, that's this episode 12. Do you have anything else for episode 12?
Sucks I have to wait till July to figure out what happens. Um,
Yeah,
think I'm starting to like Gigi. I really enjoyed him this episode. Um, Other episode was kind of annoying. This episode was really funny. I I see the appeal. I'm on the train. Thanks
I like
for
Gigi.
being here. Yeah,
Gigi's fun.
he's fun. I get it.
Gigi's just a goofball. He's just a big old goof. He's just making his way downtown. He's walking fast, paces fast, and he's homebound.
And he's
Literally,
homebound. He's
literally.
homebound.
That song was made for Gigi. Uh, I
I
like
think he
Gigi.
loved that song.
He probably has it in his playlist. I would. What songs? His top three songs. What do you think his top three songs are? Gigi's. I think one of them's Poker Face. I think he has Poker Face. I think he has 1,000 miles,
I feel like
and I
he'd
think
be
he.
like a big Kesha fan. I think he has something by Kesha.
Yeah, but no, I think he has like a Chapel Roan. I feel like he has a Chapel Roan
Really?
song in there.
I was probably gonna suggest Pitbull.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe like
Something, I don't know,
Holiday
but
Inn.
I feel like he likes Chapel Roan just because he's secretly a sad boy at night. So yeah. So he has
Not because
like
he's like appealing to the ladies that love Chaperone.
both. Honestly, he probably loves Chaperone. He's probably somebody that's like, I knew her before she was famous kind of person. He seems like that kind of person. He found Billie Eilish on SoundCloud. That's
He
the
would
type of
love Billie
person Gigi.
Eilish.
R.I.P. Gigi. You would have
His
loved
no, his
Billie
favorite song
Eilish.
is What Was I Made For?
Yeah, that's him at nighttime when he's seeing that fucking demon. That's what he's yeah,
Meow,
pops in his
meow, meow,
headphone.
meow.
What do
Meow,
you
meow,
think are his
meow,
Gigi's
meow.
iPod playlist? Yeah, that's right, iPod playlist. What is on that? But yeah, so that's episode 12. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.